on live for game 3, baby. I checked the script and I already know who's going to win. So do you, my friend Defiance. But we can't tell you guys, all right? As we get over into the pick and bends, man, it is looking exactly the same for both sides. Is it not, Defiance?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised to see the pick and ban stay very similar. I'm I think it's because like especially in the first rotation, you definitely go, man, like we were able to beat both these teams with these bans previously. We are gonna keep it going the way we were. We think like maybe Comfy just thinks that they did a few early game mistakes because like especially because of like their early draft, they probably felt very comfortable in it, but just knew that they didn't get to scale to where they needed to go. I'm very interested to see if the teams are going to continue drafting the same things.
Sasha on that last bend, they were thinking about it. They got rid of it. Comfy on first pick, blue side. Going for the Caitlyn. It's looking exactly the same. Let's see if Sasha going for the Jinx.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I fall victim to this all the time, but I will run a salty run back any day of the week.
I totally will definitely agree with that for sure. As we check on it. Oh, oh, oh! Not a Jinx, but a Jin. Close enough, though. I will take it. I actually prefer Jin a little bit over the Jinx, providing a long-range CC. Curtain Call putting in the work. I'm honestly surprised Rek'Sai even got through pick and bans. Sasha locking it in again. The one and only, the man himself, Bio V2 MVP of last game. Going back to the Rek'Sai.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I think what they're doing is they realize like the Jinx was really good, but why not try to stomp the early game even harder? It's immediately going to be answered by the Vi though. I'm not surprised after the early game misfortunes of the J4. Um, I definitely like how it's like they're still kind of drafting the same, except both teams are making optimizations as the Seraphine goes through.
I definitely like the Vi Seraphine there. The single target lockdown, the assault and battery over from Vi, the encore chain with the ace in the hole, making it feel way easier. LeBlanc, no way, it is locked in. Oh my god, it is getting spicy here. With the bot lane being shown, I digress. Seraphine is a flex pick, can be played in the mid, but is more dominant in the bot side. I'm not sure about that LeBlanc insta lock-in.
Generally, I wouldn't be unsure about it, but it is the Enai, and basically, he is just throwing down the gauntlet. He goes, anything you pick except for Cassiopeia, because we're gonna ban that shit. I am willing to face it.
I definitely can see that there as we are going in, finally going on through set. Cassiopeia taking off of each side respectively. Sasha on the last band here, probably going to be taking it towards their mid or support side. As you can see, the rest of the team is already selected there. As we going on to the last 10 seconds, I really would like to see a strong control mage taken out. Just you never know where that Seraphine is going. Top side being on the lookout instead. Cho'Gath getting taken off the board. Comfy Gaming probably going to be looking towards the same as well, taking a top side probably off the board as well. Since Sasha's top side has not been shown yet, Galio being a very good ban there on the Sasha.
Yeah, especially with like that being one of the comps that Sasha loves to run a lot. Tanner on the Galio is really good. Um, Loving to basically like when the LeBlanc goes in, when the Rek'Sai goes in, him being able to follow up with his ult would have been absolutely insane. And I think that's an amazing pick away. I expect to. Ooh, we're gonna see a Blitzcrank actually coming in here.
Oh man, with the pick comp granted there, it is very scary walking around if you're on the side of Comfy Gaming. With that hook, it is guaranteed you are gone with the LeBlanc Rek'Sai Jin behind there, as well as we are moving back to the Caitlyn Zyra that we saw earlier in the series. With the Sejuani lock-in right there,
Or
I'm
the top lane.
really liking this right now. You are also correct with that as well. I did see that Vi. I already said Vi's in the jungle. That is definitely Sejuani going top side. I don't know about you. I do not like Vi in a lane ever.
Not really, no. I generally don't think she's that great in the lane. I think there are very few opportunities. I think there are possibilities for her to be played, but in general, I don't really care for it. I definitely think Sasha has the edge in this pick and ban phase easily. I understand trying to pivot back into the Zyra to try to beat the dive comp, but the problem is that Sasha also has just so much damage early, so much pick potential. They picked the Blitzcrank, and you actually hid your support pick. Why not just pick an Alistar? The Alistar would be able to negate all of that and be able to be unstoppable and be such a huge beefy frontline. I just think it would have been a better pick. The Sejuani top lane from the boss is kind of interesting as well. It seems to be his tank. Um, it seems to basically be an interesting tank pick for the boss. I mean, he ran it in one of his previous games, so he's gonna run it here. I would have liked to honestly. I honestly would have liked to see something like the All-Star bot lane, and then maybe like a Wukong top lane or something like that coming out of Comfy Gaming. But instead, they choose this really interesting draft, and I don't know if it's going to be able to pull this out.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I feel Comfy Gaming is a lacking a little bit in this draft. Just with some of the selections here, I'm just not really like you just lately touched before on the Zyra. I'm not a big fan of the Zyra, especially into the Blitzcrank. Um, I do understand with some of the plants that you can use that as more of a wall, so you don't necessarily have to stay fully behind the minions. You can kind of approach, and if you do poke Blitzcrank to more than half health, he's not gonna want to pull you guys closer to him anyway. Um, that being said, though, if that Q lands, it is guaranteed either Zyra or Caitlyn are gonna die just from the sheer potential power from the Jhin Blitzcrank that they provide, and I enjoy that thoroughly so much because you see a very clear way to defeat your enemy. You don't have to wait until the moon is in this right perfect position. None of that. Blitz lands a Q, knocks him up, hits him with the flourish. Fourth shot, they're gone or sums are popped.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that as well. I do think we might end up seeing the demise of Comfy, but they should still be very proud of how they played. But again, we can all have this conjecture, we can all feel a certain way about draft, but it all comes down to execution.
I definitely would agree with that as we are locking in right now. Young Yuka with the Aatrox now. I really do enjoy this for his pick there. Really on of the off tank bruiser picks there. Aatrox being one of the best, the elitist of the line there. So I'm really enjoying this Aatrox pick for him. Hopefully we'll be able to see him outshine a little bit more because the boss is really just putting the work and dominating topside through this entire series.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure if we're going to see the same level of domination on the obviously on the Sejuani. It's not necessarily the strongest pick in lane. Maybe he just thought with Yuka's champion pool it'd be pretty good. That's why they tried to take out the set. I do think the Aatrox is going to be sitting kind of pretty into that champ pick though, and I do think though that I just think that Sasha pretty much edged out the draft.
Yeah,
And I honestly think that a lot of this could come down to draft diff slash like um the early game of Sasha just being a little bit too oppressive for Comfy Gaming to actually hit all of their power break points.
mm. And just checking on over, really digging a nice, just a variety of characters here, going from LeBlanc, back from Aatrox, then over to Zoe, really just showing his selection of character in his pool. Really and enjoying it. Bio on the rec side was really fantastic. Also checking on Pixel Wolf and Tanner, really the dynamic duo of the series here. As we are loading in, I think I already know where you are going, Defiant. But just to touch it over, and so Twitch knows themselves, where are you taking it, my friend?
I'm gonna say that Sasha's gonna take this game. I think the draft from Comfy just seems a little bit too scuffed, especially with the early game that Sasha's can bring. Um, it really just depends on the game state of the bot lane, really. It's kind of like the big pressure along with the top side. They just really need to stall out this game. If they manage to get to late game, though, I can definitely see Comfy pushing back.
Yeah, I will have to agree for the most part. Really just checking again over for Comfy Gaming side. I am a big fan of Sejuani. The boss is a serious contender in the top side. He is one for sure to knock with the best. So I am really excited to see what he can do with the Sejuani. Hybrid Theory kind of been having a little bit of an off run start, kind of. The Ziggs was really well played. Just a little unfortunate over on the Victor last game. I am a little nervous for the Seraphine right now, with LeBlanc having to be the lane opponent for her. And Nye being a vicious mid laner, being and really just flexing his championship pool. I am honestly scared to see what this LeBlanc does. I'm pretty sure ankles will be broken. Followed with this Rek'Sai as well. And you have the bot lane of Tanner and Pixel Wolf as well. This is very scary as we are loading in for game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to put in the points. See if you match up with us. And we will be right back for the last game of the night. BTL. And we are back, BTL, with a side of fries. Game 3, and I have heard from the front desk that all betting is now closed. So be sure to get your tickets and check it out. Red side with the spicy invade. Oh my god, that hook!
absolutely terrifying. It's almost like they knew the stack was there because the ward is so almost well played for the early game. I don't think Comfy realized that there was necessarily a ward there. That's why they're still kind of stacked, thinking the invade would just be a walk-in. Instead, it's going to turn into a normal 5-point, I believe.
Which is traditional Sejuani skin. Let's go.
Dude, the traditional Sejuani skin is so like quaint that I forgot that that was a skin.
I love it.
But I also have quite a few Sejuani skins, so of course I'd forget that. I have that one, but it's like
I don't know what that Aatrox skin is, but it is ugly.
it's the Seabringer or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's the ocean one. Corsair, I think, or something like that.
Gross. So it's gross Aatrox. Got it. Checking on over though. Looking on through, checking runes and masteries. Nothing seems really out of the ordinary. I do like the lethal tempo condoms has been using in this series with Caitlyn. It's not, I wouldn't say brand new, but it is interesting for sure. And why does oh okay, I was just checking over on the passives real quick. Not sure if you guys know this though, but when Jinx or when Caitlyn and Vi are on the side, they do get the slight passive of on the case. Pit Dover's finest are in town, ready to go. If they had the Jinx passive, they do get an extra gold on the chase when they do get a takedown on Jinx. But
Obviously,
for
that
now,
is why. Obviously, that's why Sasha didn't pick it. They didn't want that extra gold on takedown.
that
One
one gold
gold can
there,
sometimes mean a difference
the
between a
one gold
gold
there.
lead or not. But we're
Really,
definitely
go ahead, boss.
we're gonna see Bio try to get on this map early, try to invade Julian and just make his day hell. See how he's already sweeping. He actually is looking for a wraparound gank in the bot lane. I definitely think that they're gonna play it a lot safer, realizing that he might do that. But this ends up actually just helping Julian, unless Bio still runs in here, but instead he's just going to walk by. They literally
Oh,
watch him go by as well. So Seraphine's also able to play safe, put a nice little ward, and I do think it's really important for Comfy to play safe here. And also realizing that they have the priority to get that scuttle, Julian's going to smartly head towards the other scuttle and attempt to get to it. But the problem is Aatrox does have lane priority with this massive wave, so I could see.
oh, checking on down mid though. Ether change distortion and a sigil of malice going off right there. Beautiful E dub Q combo. I'm putting up the damage on hybrid theory, but checking on back over to that health bar, it looks like nothing happened.
Yeah, I do like the fact that he's still playing up though, because sometimes playing a little bit too safe and playing a little bit too smart. See, you're gonna sit
Oh,
there and you're
checking
gonna get the
on
flash
through.
out.
Flash gets popped out there. Beat drop is on cooldown there. Beat drop is dropped again. Oh, it's so close. Rek'Sai leaving with 140 health on that engage. Checking on over though. Return to Julian is on the prowl.
It
I don't know
honest,
if there it is. Vault breaker going on in. So close. She does have enough mana to dash away. And I should step back.
man, I do think it would have been crazy though if Hybrid was able to land that double E, would have slowed down the Rek'Sai for the free kill, considering he did not have flash anymore. Instead, we're gonna see Julian sit there, do a little bit of like warding, try to make sure that his bot lane stays safe. But man,
Uh-oh.
Anai is spending no time immediately teleporting to the top lane.
Oh, moving on in. Ether Change is going in. She is locked down. This is definitely going over to First Blood. Proc is going on through. There it is. And it's on a nice belt.
So unfortunate too, because that TP was so crucial.
Huh?
Because I think that was about to be a solo kill in the top lane for the Sejuani.
Almost. Definitely, for sure. If not, thumbs would have been proc and would have probably had to retreat there. So really good work there for Unai, just checking over the map and just keeping everything hunky dory for this early game.
Yeah, because they're definitely going to have to win the early game. Their whole comp screams, give me the early game. Comfy basically has to weather the storm, make their plays that they can, and then just try to make sure that they're able to stay in.
Oh my
Blitzcrank definitely
god.
doesn't see them in the bush. I would have attempted a hook, to be
I
honest,
went
just
for
in
a Q
case.
out there. Just you never know. You
I mean,
never know.
Yeah, because what is mana at that point, really?
Yeah, what's the worst? Was that 100 man? I think he loses there.
Yeah, it's like a lot of mana, but there could have been like a reset in their future. They're gonna go ahead and get this early Drake, already trying to come to a similar pace that they were previously.
Yeah, you can definitely see with the vision control and just with the rotations that they were looking for that early Drake, and I think they do
Julian
get
does
it.
not want this fight.
Julian is in trouble. Ether Train's being popped right there. Flourish just missing. Zyra coming around on the rotation just to help her out. Red team picking up the quick win Drake there. Mountain Drake coming on up in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think at this point, Comfy is definitely still playing the type of game that they need to play. Julian didn't have to burn flash or anything. Hybrid Theories flashes all halfway up. Same with Bios. And like so far, this is definitely a much slower early game than what we have expected. Anai excluding Ignite's amazing TP into the top lane. But we're definitely still seeing the junglers hover around. I really like seeing Julian. I hope Julian doesn't force anything. Sometimes just hovering is good enough, but instead we're going to see the Rek'Sai coming through here. The Jin trap slowing.
On through, knockup going on through. Flash is being procced on there. Ignite is going through. Tanner picking up with the flash. Knockup going in. Return to Julian is there. Tanner is going. Encore is procced. And Young Yuka is stuck. But World Ender does pick up one. 2 for 2 right now as we get the reset here. Bio V on there. Glacial Prison is there. Knockup is going on in. And Hybrid Theory is gone and added it. Conquer is being propped. And there goes the Permafrost there. Ether Change is there for the double kill on Ignite. And he is on his own. The boss is trying to get one, but he isn't getting any. That is 4 for 2.
Man, it was already kind of not even a bad trade for Comfy Gaming, but then they just over-aggressed and then lose all of their members towards the end there. Like, they really should have just taken the trade that they had. It was a great counter gank, amazing thing, but they should have known that Anai was going to be there in the shadows.
Definitely really good work there over for them. Really cementing their early game lead in 9-3-0 right now. Beat drop being procced right there, followed up with the Q. That is not enough damage as Tanner is here with the flank. Knuckle going on in. Etho Change is missing, but she doesn't have the flash. And Nye's on a rampage here. Volt Breaker going on in. Young Yuka is in trouble. The Umbral Dash isn't even there as the Permafrost knocks him on in. That's a 1-for-1 across the map, but it is not work as Red Side is pushing on through this early game for the mid.
Yeah, and Anai definitely just taking it to Comfy Gaming. He is 4-0-1. It is 8 minutes in. He has 9 stacks on his Doran's on his Dark Seal already, primed to be built into Magi's, and this guy is just being an absolute monster this game.
Why do I hear boss music? Why do I hear boss music? Wait, what's going on here? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. The three-man going on in. He's going on in. The knockup going on in. The double knockup. Man, she better go get checked. That is another kill over for the Red Side.
Yeah, it's just crazy, their game plan. I think it's really the momentum given by that bot lane fight. At this point, Tanner's just like, Pixel, like, I know that you're playing well, you're 1-0-3, but you're not really the focal point of this game. It's all about Anai, baby. We just want you for your CC, except Pixel's gonna put them in a great position for this counter gank.
Mark over there taking the extra tower shot going on through. Bio gets one. Oathbringer is down. Current Call's coming in. Exhaust is there. There goes one. There goes two. And that's the double kill. And they are unstoppable right now. I hear the hype train coming, and it is over for Red Side.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate for Comfy. They played such a good series. In fact, I even think that even though if you look at the match results, game 2 looks like it was one-sided, I think that if Comfy played a little bit more of a controlled game, this could have been a 2-0 sweep. But instead, Sasha, like I said before, will not go quietly into that good night, and they are going to have an absolute banger of an early game, leading them to an already 2,000 gold lead that's just building.
Yeah, definitely for sure. It is getting crazy there. Sasha just looking great right now. Looking like they learned a lot from last 2 games of the series and really put the notes in and is working and checking out their strengths and weaknesses and exploiting Comfy Gaming's right here, making them as uncomfortable as possible as we transition over from the early game into the mid game.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is they realize that even though Comfy does have great early game plans and stuff like that, you can't really pick scaling into Comfy because at the moment, Comfy, when they're playing the nice scaling game and you're trying to scale just alongside with them as late game insurance, it gives them the ends, it gives them the opportunities. And when you think your early game is better than them, why not go ahead and all in onto that early game?
Yeah, I definitely agree for sure. Checking on the vision over here too. It is all red. There is barely any vision there for blue side. Only really checking on their try and their back row right here. Tanner going on up, getting rooted. The hook barely missing there. There goes the plant going up. Knock up flash over on Bio. He's taking more than he could chew, and that is a shutdown. Ace in the hole going on in. Heal is being procced, and my gosh, that was almost a full flip, and that is what is needed there. Electro change going on in. Assault and battery going down. She cannot change the CC there over with Oathbringer. Jin's in trouble. He does try to provide a little bit of assistance there. They're going to have to reset there. Shelly is pushing on up forward. They are going to get the free play.
Why are they not?
They may be able to get bot side too.
I think
Wow.
most of the gold went to the Vi. I'm surprised the Caitlyn didn't stay by just to make sure, but I think they were just making sure not to be built in the same dragon position that they were in the previous game.
Nice Umbral change there. World Ender. Oh, stuck in the air by the permafrost. Curtain calls being used right now. There goes 1. There goes 2, 3. Here goes an extra 4. That damage is real. Zyra barely making it. Hourglass Encore going on through. Hadouken hook getting there. Taking down the Zyra. Bio is going in for a couple bites, and he's diving on back on out through. Inai on the prowl, but I don't think they're going to get much after that trade.
The solo kill coming up in the top lane. A solo bolo from the Sejuani.
Oh, look at
Under the turret.
Though. Man, that's
And I wasn't
crazy.
sure about the Sejuani top pick, but apparently this pocket pick is absolutely insane for the boss, trying to put this game onto his shoulders. But man, also Julian as well. He did not like being out jungled this game. Off to a nice 2-1-2 start. And I can't really say too much about hybrid theory. Just very unfortunate when you're being 3-man ganked multiple times in this early game.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Comfy Gaming is on the back foot right now for this match, but they are not out just yet. Starting to get a little bit of vision control there. They have to check over on that red side, though. It is dangerous over there. That is not their jungle right now.
Yeah, basically, the vision control is just absolutely insane, and the Rek'Sai pit's literally completely controlling the whole map, man. And this Tanner Blitzcrank pick is just looking utterly insane. He looks so comfortable in this pick, like he plays it very often.
Yeah, for sure. It is very scary with the hook supports. They don't have to land the hook every single time, but when that hook lands, oh boy, do you feel bad, and do you feel the mode there as the game kind of starts coming down to a halt, which isn't too bad, as that gives us a little bit of time to check over onto the masteries and over onto the new runes. Double beat going on up. Tanner taking off a little bit, just doing his job there. Up goes the Stranglethorns. Ignite being proc there. They don't know if it's big yet. Assault and battery going on through, and he is caught. Nice shutdown there. Ethereal Chains going on through for Inai, but I think he cannot take this 4v1. He's got to be careful on the rotate. Looking for the assassination. Vi taking all the damage there, but the fruits are keeping it real. Permafrost is there. Scatternut is there, forcing her off. Nice pop there. Oh, man. The boss almost getting in trouble there. Bio helping out at 9, and they rotate on and reset.
Man, watching Comfy is actually so much fun. I honestly thought that Sasha's was just going in with too much momentum from the other game. Then they have that fantastic early game. Immediately go off to a 2,000 gold lead, but instead, now the gold lead is slowly being matched. It looks like Yuka's going to want this fight with Caitlyn here, but I don't think he realizes that there's a Vi in the wings. He does smartly back off, probably knowing that there's a reason the Vi is there, and I don't think the Rek'Sai and the LeBlanc together is going to be able to handle this extremely tanky Sejuani.
No, definitely not. They're going to check it over on here. Hook going on through for Tanner, barely whiffing on through. Double B clearing out the wave on there. As blue side kind of gets a reset. Comfy Gaming looking for the prowl around. Tanner's doing his job right now, just trying to handle the vision control right now. You got to give it to him. Getting over this vision line of scrimmage and pushing it up forward is amazing right now. Just being able to track and get that little bit of information. I will pause there. Hold on. I'm at 15:55. All right, pause there. Wait.
We pause then, real quick on your end. I think that's fine, just to catch us up.
Yeah. That's fine. You can pause on screen.
All right, give it just a second.
Okay, yeah,
Did
okay.
get off sync there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
35? Okay.
Give us just 1 second as we try to sync back up over for you guys. We do apologize over there.
Okay, I'm at the
Getting a little late.
1635. Cool. We're back in this. We've got the
And
syncing
we
issue
are
through.
back, guys. 20 seconds left over for the third Drake. Scratch that. This will give Drake lead. Glacial Prison going on in on the Young Yucca. Also with the plant. Knockup is way too real. Encore following and whiffing. But that is a free pickup over for Comfort Gaming there. 10 seconds left over for the Dragon. Tanner is in trouble. 2 procs there for the Permafrost. Oh, coming on the side in 9, looking for the double dash. Doesn't get much though. Ocean Drake is up. Ocean Soul is the one for this game, and they are starting it up. Curtain call coming over for Pixel Wolf. That is 3 shots, 4 shots going there. It didn't look like much. Tanner taking more than he could chew. Bio's in trouble. V2 going on through. Ethel change is there for them to reset and get out of that pit. And oh my gosh, Comfy Gaming coming back. This is a real game 3. Keep it locked, guys.
Yeah, I love this. I love the fact that it's 8-11. I love the fact that Comfy was able to get the two dragons over the 1 as well. And it's so amazing that they were able to pull this back, especially mentally. You go lose that other game where you feel like you maybe could have won, and then all of a sudden you have that disastrous early game, but Comfy manages to push it back. Anai is trying to do a lot here, but man, you got to be really careful if you're Sasha. You cannot get behind in this game.
Going on through, going on up. It's looking like ARAM right now as we going on through. Nice hook, defending the back row there. The boss looking and making those macro plays, looking like an MVP. Tanner is in trouble. Umoge going through. Glacial Prison hitting in the back, but it's not going to be enough. The double peak going through with the Florist, and this is scary, guys. 600 gold is what makes a difference in one dragon. Anything can set the scales for either side of the team as we get over into the mid game.
Man, this is absolutely insane. Both sides are really just playing on a razor's edge. It's so nice to see, though, that these teams are not afraid to take risks and are really trying hard to fix the mistakes they've made in previous games.
Really good work over for Julian there during that skirmish there in the middle. Able to pick up the Rift Herald right before Baron 2, so that will be the second Shelly actually of this game. Over for Comfort Gaming 2.
Yeah, Comfy Gaming is just playing like this game actually really well. I just can't overstate that enough, especially after the early game went and then like the repeated dives just constantly in the mid lane as well. Hybrid Theory basically didn't even get a chance to play this game, but instead they're making sure to play it somewhat collective. Oh, but he's going in immediately.
Oh, pattern going on in. Ethel change is being brought. Scatterstorm is going through. Tanner's in trouble, eating over the cupcake. Down condoms on a rampage there. World Ender going on through. Encore is there, and my man Young is stuck in the air. Come back down and put on the damage, but he can't. Bootside going on in. Bio V2 going in. Looking for the assassination. He does get Oathbringer, but the double beat is there. But he's gonna get away with less than 100. Flash being prompted into the tunnel and away. And Nye on the side, looking for it. Ace in the hole. Picks him up. And Nye on the side and barely leaving with 10 health. This is insane. And Comfy Gaming is back on the driver's seat.
Yeah, it was actually pretty amazing that Sasha was able to take over for a little bit. But man, Comfy Gaming is just playing better and better, honestly, as this game goes on. And it's kind of surprising to see. I would like to see Hybrid Theory almost kind of try to hold his ult just a little bit more, because the fact that these team fights are so close and all these encores keep whiffing, you kind of wonder what's going to happen if he actually lands one.
For sure. I see Hybrid Theory is trying to get the reads there. And even with the whiffed encores, just forcing Sasha back and really not being able to approach forward. is really making a big difference in these team fights. And just those couple of seconds that he is saving for his team is amazing. So, like you just said, if those are landed, I am scared for Sasha's side. I don't know what happens if said landed. Actually, scratch that. We know what happens. They die. This is a crazy game 3, guys. I hope you guys are keeping it locked right now. Less than 1,000 right now is what making the difference right now. Dragon Point coming on up in less than a
Oh
minute right
no.
now.
Oh no. The 18 kill and is in the bush. He is right
Sitting in
there.
the bush.
He's looking at the
right
carry.
there.
He's just
Oh,
gonna
no,
immediately
no,
shut it down.
Scatterthorn going on up, but it's not enough. He's looking for the second one, and he's gonna get it for sure. What a beautiful assassination! Deny on the path.
Yeah, it's actually just crazy. He is now 25 stacks up, and man, they're just going to go straight for Baron. I love this call by Sasha's. You take 2 down, and it's very difficult because it's not even near the dragon timer that's spawning. I think this might end up actually just being a free Baron, but I think we might see Comfy go for it. I'm not sure. I think they might be taking almost too long. The Baron isn't really that fast.
Oh
yeah, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see
God!
fair if we just go
That's
down
a
immediately.
0 to 1 tap off a 9. He is legendary, and his gameplay is showing it. Red side being able to pick up the dragon there.
Yeah, the Baron going over to Sasha's is so important. The fact that they are kind of on their own timer as well. If Comfy is able to get this Ocean Drake, though they do have a win con, no matter how dire this game starts to look, they're going to sit there and try to blow this up as fast as possible. A 9 TP's on the map because he knows that he can try to prevent this on his own. At the very least, he can try to get a pick on the end of it to make the sieging feel almost impossible. Oathbringer is going to sit there and try to get out, but Boz is going to sit there and body block the best that he can. We're going to see Comfy Gaming run, and as far as I know,
here, Worldbreaker going on through. There goes the 3-man encore, and they are in trouble. Assault and battery following up as well too. Tanner on the run, Ace in the hole is there, and Nye is on the run, and it is a crazy flip there. Insane work from Comfy Gaming as they push it on towards the mid.
oh man, I can't even believe that Comfy is playing this well right now. Like the fact that they were able to get the Baron, they had like all that control, and then all of a sudden, bam, they get these 2 picks from this amazing encore from Hybrid Theory. I knew it was going to be scary, and they're actually going to get the in-hit, even though Sasha was the one with the Baron.
On through. This is crazy. Comfy's gonna get the first in-hit, and Nye on the prowl right now, unable to look for the assassination start there.
Man, I honestly think this game at this point very much so hinges just completely on a Nye for both teams. It's not the fact that Comfy obviously doesn't have their own positions of power or whatever, but but we're gonna see Bio get
What a pick there! That is not your jungle anymore. When Comfy Gaming is over there, that is not your jungle. You have no vision. You cannot be approaching like that. 4 minutes over on Baron, 3 minutes left onto this Soul Point. This is getting scary for Sasha's side. Only 3 makes the difference of kills there. Less than 1,000 between them, man. This is getting way too close.
Oh man, and then you just think about all the turrets that Comfy's picking up here, already kind of collapsing the gold lead that was there. I'm actually, I was going to say I'm surprised that they're recalling here because they maybe have gotten more turrets, but it is good for them too. The fact that they're recalling allows them to spend all of their very hard-earned gold. And it's just, it's just such a banger of a game. The problem is now is that Sasha's is now on a timer. You've got like, you have Comfy just scaling into this game very nicely. They're only going to get more powerful from here. Not only that, but they are also on Soul Point. If they manage to get the Ocean Soul, that little bit might just be enough to keep them over the top and prevent Sasha from being able to win this game. And then if a Nye dies and loses his stacks, it's going to be absolutely disastrous for Sasha's.
Definitely, for sure. As we can check out some of the items just getting on in. Sejuani picking up an Abyssal Mask. Syra with her Leandri's Anguish. And the Sterax Gauge being picked up over for Vi. Jin being able to pick up the Lord Dominic's Regards. Black Cleaver coming in also for Rek'Sai. Aatrox also picking up his Sterax. This is going to be a spicy battle right now. Sasha really is looking for a pick, but I don't know if they're going to be able to find it.
Yeah, if I was comfy, I would just almost 5 to 4 stack every single time. You can easily 4 stack because the boss has the TP. He's looking for the angles. He's like, go ahead and push so I can sit near this bush. I can sit at these awkward angles and then really try to pick it out there. They also catch these wards on the side. They do not see a Nai there, but man, as the game gets later and as powerful as a Nai is, it's going to be harder and harder for him to find these angles. So it's going to be more and more impressive when he manages to find the carries in the background. But the carries all have their summoners up, which makes it his job even more difficult, but they see the Jin.
Assault and battery lands. There goes the damage coming on in. Jin is on the run. Glacial Person gets there. He actually dies and it picks up Tanner. That's 2 right there for free. And Nai on the side right now, looking for the assassination. Does get the Zyra, but at what cost? Bio picks up Vi right there. Conqueror being proc for him. This is dangerous right now. Permafrost landed right there. Knockup going on through. Aatrox trying to get over the wall, but he cannot. World Ender, he's on the backside. This is very scary over there. As the boss picks up Bio, the back row is alive, and they are keeping Aatrox away from them. They are saying back as comes the Volt Breaker. The damage is coming on through, and they are pushing. Look at the minions knocking on the door. This may be spelling the end of Sasha's gaming.
Oh god, it's so hard for Sasha's fan club, especially the fact that they're able to all now reset, and I think Caitlyn even has her IE being fully built here. Yep, she gets her IE on the full back. CAU just playing a great game, and not only that, but the Boz on his Sejuani pick, and Julian with his bounce back game, a fantastic scoreline of 2-2-12 after such a disastrous J4 game. If they're able to get this Dragon Soul, I do think that Comfy will be able to then try to force something around the Baron or in these choke points near turrets, and it's just looking really scary. I wonder if they're going to be able to catch a Nai. He's constantly hiding, constantly looking for these angles. They see him a little bit taking out that pink ward right there, but man, if they stay grouped and as long as Zyra and CAU stay safe, it should be good. I would like to see a stopwatch coming through for CAU. He is so important if he's able to just delay it. Oh, and this is where the game's really going to get real.
Comes on through, Scatterthorn getting on through, Young being caught out, and Nai on the back row looking for something. Bio V2 also on the side too. Oathbringer picking up Yuka. Vi is being dropped down, the Encore is being rocked there, and that's 2 for 1. Curtain Call on the side right now. Tanner is trying to help out the body too, and Nai on the run as well. The Nai is still able and will be able to assassinate something. Ethereal Change going on through, almost getting the Caitlyn. The Honey Fruit being proc right there. Oh no, Caitlyn getting kicked out of 4. Tanner with the hands there. Double beat going on through. Ethereal Change is going, and now this is the chance Sasha's looking for. Going on through. He almost gets the Jin, but he says 4 over to Oathbringer. Red in him is spawned. Leandri getting the burn though. It is literally 3 for 3 right now with the Ocean Soul still up.
Yeah, honestly, if I was Comfy, I'd immediately go there and at least threaten. You know you can immediately take it because Sasha definitely has the angle on it, but there's no reason to not just immediately double TP back and have Julian go for the steal. You could even end up almost kind of inting this kill away, and as long as you get the Ocean Soul, then you're placed into a prime position when these team fights are already going in your favor.
Bowen checking on through. Double TP is coming on in. It's looking like we're going to get it again. The double knuckle going on through, and Nai is there. Hybrid Theory is getting picked up. The Encore is being unveiled. Locational Precision is there. The 4 are low. The Volt Breaker is there. The hook is coming on through. Can Caitlyn keep on the back row and take him out? Oh my god, it looks like she is. Vi is putting in the work with the triple kill. Ace in the hole going on in, and they survive. And Nai is on the run, and this is Ocean Soul. Comfy gaming, sitting comfortably right now with the Dragon Soul in the pocket.
Not only that though, but they do have an advantage now since there's so many people dead on the side of Sasha. You just go for Baron, and once you go for Baron, you push out all these lanes, and you just try to make sure to get all the turrets. And since the team fights are already going your way, without the Ocean Soul, you're slowly going to start getting your summoners back. You're slowly going to gain more and more of an advantage, and man, Comfy is looking damn good in this game.
Definitely, for sure. Looking on through, Baron is up, and Nai is on the prowl, looking for something. My man is 10-0, full stack. He wants to kill and do something. Vi does not have Smite right now. 5 seconds away from it. Curtain Call going on in, and Nai is looking for it. Almost gets the steal, but Vi is too good. The return of Julian is too hot.
Yeah, I think earlier in the season, like and even last game, we just saw Julian, but in this game, we absolutely see his fucking return. He is just here to play. He is here to show up, and he's here to show that he can be a good jungler, and he is really helping Comfy along with the boss and CAU and just honestly everyone. It's like it's been so unfortunate for Hybrid in the early game, considering the triple camp, but man, Comfy's playing this game damn good.
Definitely, for sure. I wouldn't get too comfortable just yet, but check it out. That is 3 Dragon Souls there. That is 7% missing health every time they get out of battle. Plus the Ocean Dragon Soul giving about 300 health per second as well, as they are marching it down, trying to end this game, and I think they have the means to end it.
I do as well, but they still have to play careful because you have a knot in the background.
There. My man makes it a 4v5 like that. He is showing the magician's power for sure.
Man, I cannot even imagine the sheer weight on a Knight's back and shoulders during this game.
As he looks over, he is still on the prowl. He is moving so fast from those max stacks. He is not on a ward right there. Be careful! Whoa, gets out of there, barely there. Volt charge going on through, double beat drop going on through, and you see the power of the Ocean Soul being procced right there. Caitlyn about to be back at full health.
Yeah, Zyra's also coming up soon, so they got to be really careful. If they end up finding the ult here, it's going to be disastrous.
That is going to throw a core. Bio's in trouble. Bio is gone. Flash being procced over for a Nye on the run.
And this just is such a good opportunity for Comfy Gaming. Honestly, I understand Boz not TPing to the top lane. It would have been interesting, but it's better to just stay 5 stacks. You're already ahead. You're already got the Ocean Soul. You still have the Baron.
Being dropped over onto Pixel Wolf. Flash over the wall. He's on the run. They are just knocking down the doors.
Oh, and the Nye's going back in again. He's trying his best to keep them into this game, but man, it's just so hard.
Oh, he almost getting popped there. Hook going on through for Outbringer, but he drops down the scatter plant. Knockup going on through. Curtain Call is there. Double beat being dropped over on Young Nuka. They are low right now. The spell shield is also up over for a 9 as they are going to take the inhib and come back around.
Yeah, I definitely think that they should kind of keep going for the top lane. But actually, with it being a 4v5, why risk it? You already have the opportunity. You already have the Ocean Soul. At this point, just try to make sure you're stacked. Try to make sure you're constantly scaling into the game. And man, this game is just still delivering in every way. It's 24-24 at 33 minutes in. And even though you think that Comfy could have comfortably just ended the game, it's just Anai will not let it happen. Anai refuses to go be one and done in this Gauntlet series.
Definitely for sure. As we check over onto the timers, 2 minutes, about 3 minutes left over for Baron, 2 minutes for this Elder Drake, and I'm telling you, this Elder Drake will make a very big deal depending on it. Careful, not on the board! Bio picking up condoms there. You have to be careful. It's not your jungle after 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you're an 80 carry, if you're a squishy, you just can't walk towards these bushes. And, like, don't get me wrong, he's played such an amazing game. Got out of so many assassinations from her so far. And you can't, like, overspeak on how hard that is. He hadn't even had to burn his flash in most of them. And that's an Anai with 25 stacks, Banshee's Veil, Void Staff, Ludens, and Sork Shoes. He's 11-0-5, and Condoms was able to stay alive for the majority of this game. But it was just unfortunate he stood a little bit too close. He just needs to be careful. All he has to do is stay alive. Stay next to his tanks. All the squishies have to do that. If they do that, I do think that Comfy can take this game, but man, Sasha does not want to let that happen easily.
Yeah, for sure. And Sasha is still in this game. Less than 1,000 gold is what making the difference as of right now, as we are a minute away from this Elder Drake. And I feel right here, this is really going to make and seal the deal for both sides. Ocean Soul is being procced right now, and Nye on the dash there. Lethal Change is being procced there. Bio on the side as well. Vision in the Dragon Pit for Sasha's Gaming as they reconvene. This is getting very scary.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is like, I know Comfy wants to fight around this objective. I'm okay with them fighting around this objective. But one thing you absolutely cannot do is coin flip this Elder. Coin flipping this Elder is the best course of action for them to get back into this game. But he's got to watch out. There's a hook coming through.
Julian's in trouble. Encore being popped off the 2. Assault and Battery is there. Bio's in trouble. He's trying to get onto the back row, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it. And Nine getting caught on a cupcake. Unable to follow up with Bio ace in a hole going in as well. Young Yuka in trouble. He's trying to get away. Gordrinker being but Hybrid Theory is singing him a song to his death.
Yeah, if I was Comfy, I wouldn't even care about objectives at this point. The only thing I have in my eyes is the Nexus and day 2 of the Gauntlet. Let's see them try to run it down, and if they can get any of these picks, or just to try to finish off the turrets. I don't know if Jin and LeBlanc is enough to handle this. I do think Comfy might have it here.
Looking on through, there goes the demolished procs right there, and Nine being popped right there. Is he gonna go 11-0? I think he's sleeping alive. Curtain calls being procs right there, hook being used right there, but it's not enough as Comfy Gaming is sitting Comfy in game 3, baby. What
They
a
wanted
comeback.
game 2. They want to run the Gauntlet. They spent it all the way at the very bottom. They went through Maria's. They went through the Gauntlet favorite, in my opinion, of Sasha Gaming, very convincingly. Had a fantastic game 2. Went very unfortunate because Sasha's still a strong team. Came back from such a good early game, and holy shit, Comfy is here to fucking play. And damn, if they do not look like the freaking 4th best team in the league right now, and Maximus and Dino have to be watching this series and wondering if Comfy is coming for them.
My mouth is just I'm just flabbergasted. My mouth is just hanging open, seeing the Nexus actually explode and Comfy Gaming take that win. Like what? Yo, a night tried so hard. Look, what was the goal? What was? Oh my God! I can't believe the 8th seed Comfy Gaming will be making it to day 2, a 2-0 versus Maria's Dungeon, and then a 2-1 versus Sasha's Fan
Okay.
Club. Sasha's Fan Club sat so many weeks at #1 on the power rankings. Who can believe this? Who thought that we would be here at this time? Oh my